Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy IV. In the last part, we reached Troia after doing a thing. I actually forget the thing we did last part really aside from
the
that.
crystal. We got a crystal. They were like, oh wait, no, that's not yet. No.
No.
We got
wait.
a crystal. Wait, we got a crystal, and they were like, there's another one at Troia. We need to go protect that one as well.
That's right. It's been a while since we've done a part.
Of course. When is that ever new information that it's been a while since we've done a part? I swear these are spread out. These are spread out by months.
Yeah. Either way, ogres. 865 HP.
Wait, I thought
800
you went...
XP, 240 gil. Can drop a Bacchus wine, twist headband, power armor. There's still the Giant's gloves. Hopefully you get the Giant's gloves.
I was thinking that I was gonna say for a second that I thought you went over these enemies already, but no, that was the Mad Ogres that we went over in the in the cave.
Yeah, and Castle Eblon. That's what we also did last time.
Yeah.
But right now, what we just saw there in that little cutscene is that in this cavern, any metallic equipment will get you paralyzed in battle. In fact, if you have enough to the point where everyone's way down, it's game over. Thankfully, not Tella's claws, Yang's claws do not count, as do, I believe, Tella's rods.
Also, apparently ruby rings don't either. I actually don't remember that being a thing. Because I always counted those as metallic.
I think it's because they're technically gemstone.
Oh, I mean... I suppose. Because there probably are metallic gemstones. Maybe. Yeah. All right.
Okay. We missed the mind flayers, so I'll go.
Oh, I totally missed the mind flayers. I'll go over those later.
The Ketchis have 342 HP, 820 XP, 252 gil. They can drop some stuff. The cat claw is probably the most useful thing they can drop, all things considered. But you actually want to use the polymorph rod on these guys to turn them into pigs, because otherwise they'll use blaster on you, which will hurt, to put lightly.
And the mind flayers, very insignificant. They've got 300 HP, 1,000 experience, 232 gil. You really only want to get the summon out of them, and the gold hourglass is the low steal, low drop. Everything else is like a high potion or something else.
Yeah.
And the summons, hoo boy, I've gotten lucky with those, because I think I've gotten every single summon in Final Fantasy IV at least once, and I've gotten the pink tail. I have ridiculous. I have ludicrous luck with a lot of games.
I think I've only gotten
another
one
enemy that I'm going
summons.
over. These are cave Nagas. They look like Sephiroth on a bad day. That's what I always thought about them, anyways. They have 285 HP, 740 XP, 201 gil. They drop antidotes, unicorn horns, and poison arrows if you have an arrow user.
And Etten snakes we've already fought, I believe, due to the fact that we fought them back at the Peninsula of Power, but they are still weak to ice, so make sure to use that. And to go over what Blaster does that I prevented the Ketchis from doing, it is a 50% chance of either paralysis or instant death. So, yeah, no bueno.
I hate Blaster in every game, but there is one enemy that I hate more than anything in this game, and in 9 especially.
Oh boy, one of my least favorite encounters. You go. You do your enemy first.
I don't have mine up for some reason. Cause I don't think I got sent that anyways. But I'll take a look. While I'm looking for that, you can go over to yours.
I believe mine is the Succubus, which is 270 HP, 810 XP, 195 gil. Can drop a Vampire Fang or a Succubus for some reason. I think that might be one of the rare summons. I don't know. I'm actually not familiar with that one.
And the Cave Bat has 334 HP, 598 XP, and 151 gil. Can drop a potion and a high potion. That's it.
How sad.
I don't know. I like fighting all these enemies because it's a lot of experience.
Decent chunk of experience. Oh man, my dinner's kind of clogging up my throat. One thing I don't like about that encounter is that the fights can go on a bit long due to the vampire bat, the cave bat's vampire ability rather, which sucks some of your HP away into theirs. Because when they all do that in a row, that can take like 20 seconds. And that's no good.
Also,
fairy claws.
Did you find was there an item in that room with the 3 treasures? Was there an item on the torchlight? I remember that being the case at some point in one of the caves.
I don't think so, but the fairy claws we just got there are very important because they deal 4 times damage to giant type enemies. And trust me, that's something you want to take advantage of, especially later on. All right, the Crystal Chamber.
The suspicion music is playing.
Yes.
Ew.
You look familiar.
Hey, you want to know something? I have a very funny story about this boss, and I'm pretty sure I've told you this story before. But we'll do that
Talk
after.
about that.
After you go over his stuff, I'll tell you exactly how everything went down.
But now we have to fight the Dark Elf, whose sprite is actually a reference to Astos from Final Fantasy I. He has... For some reason, I can't find his stats on here. That's weird. Here we are. Around 23,000 HP, I believe. At 1,000 XP, 4,000 gil. Can drop nothing because he's a boss fight. You could theoretically use your reflect spell here, but it's not really worth it, especially because he's kicking my ass really hard because he has really high level spells. This ain't good.
So my story about this guy is that you need
You didn't do the thing.
I did not do the thing, and I thought I did the thing. The thing is, I must have not saved and gone back to it and went straight to the cave without completing the cutscene, and then I just got completely annihilated.
Yeah, the thing is, people, the reason we're seeing this cutscene with Edward right now is because we talked to him when we were in Troia last part. If you didn't talk to Edward, what you just got into with the Dark Elf is a no-win scenario. You cannot win.
He does 9,999 damage 4 times in a row. It's not fair.
It's supposed to be a lore moment where Edward's finally helping you out in some way that only he can, because he's going to.
He only helps. He only helps in the after years because of the Loki's loot. That's the only thing that makes him useful.
But for some reason, I guess Edward's either a really shitty player, or the Dark Elf just hates music, because the melody is going to completely destroy his magic over the Lodestone Cavern that doesn't allow us to use metallic weapons.
He just has bad taste in music, because wouldn't the humans wouldn't Cecil and Yang and Tella and Sid be reacting like, I hate this music, if Edward really was a bad player?
Well, let's think. What would be the opposite of metal musically?
Metal? Probably,
Soul?
Soul music. I was thinking more like he's playing happy music and he's not playing tritones. A tritone is what is called the devil's chord. So if he was playing tritones, it would have the complete opposite effect of what we want.
Either way, now we can just put on everything. I have customized all my equipment as such, as you just saw, though you want to have the Mythgraven sword over the other blade for Cecil, because the Dark Elf is weak to Holy. Bio is also a pretty good element to use in the upcoming fight we're about to do with him. Ruby rings I have because I think they prevent some status ailment that he can inflict on us that we don't want to have happen to us.
I heard root beer rings, not ruby rings, and you made me thirsty for some delicious homebrewed root beer. Delicious.
That's much better damage. Let's get a Bacchus wine on Cecil in order to increase his speed and overall damage.
Oh no, that
Actually,
did so much before. Oh wait.
Whoops.
I love that these are level 2 spells and they're dealing like 13 damage. That's amazing.
It makes me wonder if they have unique multiplier for this character when he's like this.
Or I thought maybe his stats just got lowered to he has now 4 magic, whereas before he had 70 magic.
Possibly. However, he's not an entirely dumb Dark Elf, because even he's about to realize that this is not going his way. Especially with me dealing that much damage at once. Tornado's probably the most damaging thing he has at this point because of what it does. But even then, that can be gotten rid of with a pretty easy Kiraga. Say your prayers. Can all elves do this?
Maybe. He probably didn't go to elf class for this sole reason. This is the Dark Dragon. Has 3,927 HP, 245 magic points, 500 gil, and 6,000 XP. Pardon me. And drops a potion, and a potion. Don't know why that's a thing.
If you have anything, I don't think you can get anything that.
I didn't know that was a thing.
What?
I didn't know
yeah, he could do that.
I didn't know you could use tornado on this guy.
I love doing that because it's like serving his own medicine at him. So yeah, you even with the crystal, dude, the moment we get our metallic stuff back, you are just a joke. And that's the crystal. And you could walk out of here. In fact, I think I might actually do that off screen. I forget. But they give you an emergency exit in one of the chests in this place for the very reason of just getting a quick escape route.
Ooh, escape.
I guess because I spam, that means I did use my emergency exit. But knowing me, I probably just did that for flow reasons and actually did record myself going out of there. And now let's fly back over to Troia.
I love the Samba de Chocobo so much. It is a very good song.
Yeah.
It's so groovy.
Yeah, all the Chocobo themes are just great. One of my favorites is admittedly the Techno de Chocobo from 6.
That one's good. I like the Aloha de Chocobo from 9 because that one is, I don't know, it's calming.
What?
Oh, hello.
Blue screen. Yeah,
That's not.
Kain.
That's not
How
good.
are you talking? Damn it, oh man, that ramen's gumming up my throat. Yeah, we need to give him the Earth Crystal because they're allowing us to borrow it. However, because we now have their permission in some ways, not only can we talk to them to get some more dialogue, but I believe we can now also finally raid some of their deeper chests. I should probably fix the phrasing with that, but oh well.
Oh yeah, you can get the treasures now, can't you?
Yeah, that's what I'm basically doing. I'm also gonna go say hi to Ed and say, hey, thanks for saving our asses, you man. They even give us a unique cutscene for it. Hey, Ed.
Hello.
How's your cousin Gilbert?
Why did... I was about to say, why did Gilbert translate to Edward?
I think it was more so a thing having to do with either some sort of fantasy reference or the fact they didn't think Gilbert was a very prince-like name over here in the West.
I suppose. Prince-like name.
Aww.
Oh, that's good.
This is actually one of my favorite scenes because the Tella and Edward thing is a route I wish the game explored more, because these characters actually get very little screen time together, despite them being rather important to each other's stories.
He's no longer a spoony bard. Well, he still has that label, according to the player, but he is no longer a spoony bard in Tella's eyes.
Yeah, he's a pretty knife bard now.
I didn't know spoony meant bad.
But yeah, now that we have the Etos? I don't know how to pronounce it. Permission, we can now raid a lot of chests down here that are hide potions, remedies, ethers, dry ethers, elixirs, echo herbs, great bows, fire arrows, lightning arrows, ice arrows, and silver apple.
Wow, that was lightning round. Like.
And after this, I actually am going to take a trip back to the Chocobo's forest to store some items. Primarily the Bacchus wine, the Hermes shoes, the silver apples, the ruby rings, the lightning arrows. But I do grab the mithril staff I stored in there a while back for stuff. With that said, let's board our airship now that we have the thing.
I'm curious that, because I never knew the mithril staff had any use.
Everything has some use.
Are you sure about that?
I played this game so many goddamn times, dude.
Oh, I was gonna say, do you think, like, the mithril knife from 6 has any use? No, it doesn't. Except for maybe
Yeah, no,
throwing.
that doesn't. How
Actually,
even is that as a thrown weapon? I don't think it's that good.
Probably a good 300 damage?
Ah, useless. But now, Kain is taking our airship with us to head to he and Golbez's base, the Tower of Zot. I have no idea where this thing is supposed to be.
Where or what it is?
That cutscene indicates that we're flying up in the sky like it's some sort of, like, atmosphere-based tower.
I was thinking that, wait, I thought the Tower of Zot was, down in the underground.
No, because I think that's that's the bottom of something else. Either way, Golbez is giving us a challenge. Get up to him or else she might die. So
don't worry,
you're
not on a time limit, though it might seem like
thankfully. It's not like that scene in Final Fantasy V. And I swear this place has an increased frame rate, but we do have 2 new enemies, Marionettes and Marionetteers. I believe I have the Marionetteer, correct?
I have the Marionettes, and the Marionettes have 256 HP, 800 gil, and 800 EXP, and 180 gil. No drops. Wait,
and
decoy. Sorry, they drop decoys. And
the Marionettes have 195, Marionetteers rather, have 195 HP, 1000 XP, and 195 guild. And they can drop stuff like the healing staff or the rune staff, which isn't too bad, all things considered. But you're not likely to get it, so it's just not really worth using.
You got a rune armlet. That's something.
Yeah, the rune armlet's the best thing they drop, honestly, because it prevents silence and increases magic by a decent chunk, I believe, as well as magic defense.
How shocked were you when you got it?
Surprisingly, because I don't think you're supposed to get that until 2 dungeons or so down the line. But we also now have Centaur Knights, which have 380 HP, 860 XP, 172 gil, and they can drop tents and cottages. These guys you want to, I believe, use lightning on? Oh no, that's what I may have been thinking of a later enemy. Because when you see me pause like that during battle, that's me looking down at my little paper notes to see if I have specific weaknesses written down. You want to use mini on these guys, actually.
Can we? Okay, let's talk about this. Why do the horses not turn mini and they turn into tiny things? Tiny humans.
Because they only had 1 sprite.
I liked Final Fantasy IX's mini better because it just gave us a mini version of the enemy.
Shrunk the model. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention. You should use sleep on the Marionetteers in order to prevent them from summoning more marionettes.
I don't know. That's a pretty good experience grinding thing there, so I might not do that. I do that with the a later enemy when they summon a really easy enemy. I just kill that enemy over and over and over and over again.
Also, make sure you have the ice claws on for the Flame Hound.
And the Flame Hound is the Flame Hound. I love the Flame Hounds. Actually, they're like one of my favorite enemies in this game. They don't take any damage from fire. In fact, they absorb it, of course. They take double damage from ice. They have 1221 HP. 1708 XP, 244 gil. They drop fire arrows, a bomb fragment, a bomb arm, and a red fang if you're lucky. I never use red fangs.
And this is a monster box, so we get a drop afterwards, which is the Sword of Fire, which is the next best sword for Cecil. You still want to keep that sleep blade around, especially because that sleep ability is really good. But you don't need to worry about it too much. And now I'm actually going to use Warp, because that'll just get me back here. Because at this point, I'm actually leaving the Tower of Zot in order to use the inn down here.
I didn't know you could do that.
Neither did I when I first played the game, because they give you no indication that's a warp panel. Oh boy, Purple Bobberoys. Purple Bobberoys have 105 HP, 750 XP, 50 gil, can drop potions or high potions, and these guys are weak to fire. Their purple color would make you not think that because there's no purple spell in this game, because I don't think Gravity's in the series until, what, 6?
5. 5? Because they have Atomos.
Oh, right. Because I remember 6 because of Quarter. You want to use Mini on these guys, Toad on these guys rather, to decrease their defenses so much to the point where you can just physically attack them instead of just using fire. So you can have more venues for attack.
Also, can we just discuss how Yang has 777 HP and he is not activating the uber powerful all 7s?
No, not anymore.
Oh, that's sad.
I forget, did all 7s activate at 777 as well? Because I thought it was just quad 7s.
I'm pretty sure it's just quad 7s, but I don't know. It'd be cool if it was just having 7s.
I remember I saw this one setup. By the way, we're back at the chest where I fought the Flame Hound. I just wanted to show that enemy off. There's one setup for Ket Shi in 7, where if you give him this one material, it'll decrease his HP by that certain percent, and it will be at quad 7s max. So you can abuse that to beat things really easily.
I did that with Cloud.
I have never been able to do it myself. Either way, next enemy.
Next enemy is a Soldieress. I see you pausing and looking down at your notes, but I've got it here. I've got 425 HP, 1,050 experience points, 200. I hate when I do that. 200 gil. They drop tents and cottages.
And you want to use Mini on them in order to decrease their attack rates and attack in general. Because the Soldieresses can actually do some decent physical damage. So just got to reduce that. Putting them to sleep is also a viable option. And you don't really have to worry about them.
you'd think that they'd have some useful item to drop, like that sword they have.
Nah. I actually always assumed that they were maybe, in this case, punting you with the shield.
But then couldn't you use the shield as an item too? Right?
We can't attack with shields, though. We're the heroes.
What? Not with that attitude, you can't.
The Hell Claws, I forget if I give to Yang here. Give them to him if it puts his strength over a multiple of 8. In this case, it does.
Why is that important?
The extra hit multiplier. Because then you get more damage in total. If you don't get that, actually, wait, did it? Oh, no, it doesn't, because I need to put the Ice Claws on anyway, so, whoops.
Ooh, Flame Shield.
The Hell Claws can poison enemies, by the way. That's their special thing. Oh, boy, Sorceress. My favorite. 350 HP, 1551 experience points, 329 gil. Can drop Rod, Silver Armlet, Ether Dry. They're nothing really too useful. But these guys are annoying, gals rather, because not only can they use haste on their party and slow on you, but they can also silence your mages. Ooh. And because of that, they are annoying and deserve to die immediately.
See, the reason why I never used the rods in this game was because I thought it was like 6 where the rods break.
That was not introduced until, I think, 6? No, 5. 5 was when introduced the rod
does
breaking.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, because 4 you can use the rods infinitely as an item. I guess because they realized that was potentially too broken, especially in the case of how good they are in 5. They made it so that they break. Although that may have actually been the compromise. They made it a one-use item, but it does a lot more damage. That actually might be their train of thought now that I think about it. We actually have 3 doors to go through here, and they all lead to different treasures. Like here we got the Guy Hammer, which is the next best hammer for Sid. When you use it as an item, it casts Quake.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that's very good.
Alright, next enemy is the Black Knight, and good job using that fire attack on it, because these things take double damage from fire. And they take double damage from holy. And they take 0 damage from dark items. Let's see, they've got 360 HP, 222 MP, 840 EXP, and 175 gil. They drop tents and cottages.
And the cottages are what you want to see from them, because at this point, tents are restoring so much HP, so little HP and MP rather, that's just not really good. The Sage's Supplice raises Spirit by a good amount, so now his white magic will be healing us a little bit better, so that's all good and dandy. Especially if it puts it over a multiplier, in which case your spells will get another multiplier.
I never paid attention to the multipliers in this game, even in the original version.
In 4, it's something that can really make or break it. Mind you, actually, that's more of a PlayStation and PSP GBA version thing. SNES, you don't have to worry about it. Frost Beast, even though I just murdered it, takes double damage from fire, 520 HP, 1441 experience points, 276 gil. Can drop basically all the equivalent to the Flame Hound stuff. Ice Arrow, Antarctic Wind, White Fang, so on and so forth. Otherwise, nothing too special. It's Snowstorm, Ice Storm rather, abilities. Basically an Ice Elemental Blaze, so it can do a lot of damage to you. But as long as you kill it really quickly, like I did with the Flame Sword, you really don't have to worry about it.
But Cecil doesn't take any damage because he has the Flame Shield, doesn't he?
I believe so.
I always get confused on how those elemental armors work.
You know what? Yeah,
and you just
right.
Explained it to me, and it's like
it's reverse.
I can't wrap my head around it.
The flame armor keeps you safe from cold because it keeps you warm. What? Purple stuff. I didn't know we were in Sunny D.
What?
Thank you for welcoming us. I'm not very charmed because you have a sight to my face.
Wind. Gross. I hate wind of all kinds.
And these are an interesting boss fight we have going on here. Say goodbye to our Rosa? No, thanks. This is the Mega Sisters. This is, I think, one of the few times you actually have to fight, like, 3 unique enemies at once in a boss fight. And there actually is a pattern to which you want to fight this boss, but first let's go over all their stats. You do want to start off with slow, though, with the Spider Silk.
Okay, so I'll go over Sandy first. Sandy is the tall thing over there. She has 2,591 HP, 3,000 gil, and 2,500 EXP. She does not take any extra damage from anything, so it's not really worth it. Drops potion, 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 potion. And Cindy is the big girl right next to her. She has 4,599 HP, 2,807 MP, 2,500 EXP, and 3,000 gil. Drops all potions.
Mindy is the tiny little one there, 2590 HP, 3000 gil, 2500 XP. And the way this fight works is that they work together in tandem. What you want to do for basic strategy for this, two spider spells at the start, said to use Quate, haste up Yang, and you want to go after Cindy first because she can revive the other two if you kill them. After that point, haste up Cecil instead if you want to, and after that point, you just want to go after Mindy, followed by Sandy. Sandy can cast Reflect on Cindy and Mindy to allow Mindy to cast spells onto the party, even if we do have Reflect status ourselves. And I believe Cindy's specialty is she will cast Bio on Cindy or something like that. You really do want to take care of her first, though. Mindy, I think when she's left alone, can use like level 1 spells and occasionally use poison.
I don't know. I just fought these sisters in any order I wanted to because I never found them hard enough to have to attack them in a certain manner.
In the Super Nintendo version, I can agree with that.
Because I would go after Mindy first, and then I'd go after Sandy, and then Cindy. But I feel like in this version, I could see going after... honestly, I could see going after Sandy first being better, because then the Reflect wouldn't be as bad. And then Mindy would be just attacking Sandy.
The thing you really have to worry about in this fight, in the case you're especially lower level or less experienced than I am, is the fact that one of the sisters can revive the others, because if you don't take her out first, you might be in this fight for a while.
Oh, that's true.
Otherwise,
no worry, everyone has resilience.
Keep your HP up with good healing timing, focus for extra damage, make sure you use your spells appropriately, and hopefully you save to the last save point, and you should be in for a fun battle.
Our Delta attack failed. No!
I was surprised to see these characters make a comeback in 10 as a summon.
It was very interesting.
Weird.
And the fact that they were like insects, like that was what their design was extremely weird to me.
Yeah. Alright, Golbez and Kain, we found you. Oh, thank you for welcoming us. Now, you seem pretty polite for an asshole. Alright.
Kyle, surely you know more than anyone that spells trouble.
Yeah, I know. But still, take the crystal. Now give us our girlfriend. Oh, you dickweed. Two-time incur. That's probably the bluntest insult that he throws out in this entire game. Tell it.
Hello.
Tella, what are you doing?
Oh, no.
Oh my, he's huge, but has a really nice cape.
No capes. Not all heroes wear capes. This guy's a villain anyways.
I do love this sprite of Golbez, though, because even more so than any other version he's had, this looks intimidating.
I don't like the Super Nintendo one at all. It sucks.
It's derpy. You know, you're throwing out all these really good spells, Tella, and you're wasting your MP here. And you're doing so little damage. Come on, man.
Wait, how are you able to do that with only 10 MP?
You cheater! You're like Lance in Pokemon Gen 2.
Well,
yeah, dude,
that is very true with that level 50 Dragonite.
Why are you using Meteor? You don't have the MP for it. You're cheating here, Tella. Come on. With that said, though, when I saw this moment here in the PlayStation Portable version for the first time, I got chills because, my God, Meteor.
I hate this spell. I hate this spell so much. Both in this game and in... I hate this spell in this game a lot, but I hate it in 9 more. And Kyle can probably tell you why. Hate it. It's not just for him.
Damn, though, Tella. You made him turn the floor into a cheese grater. Did you see how he's just shredding himself to pieces on that?
Ooh, that meteor was great. And yet, plot armor kept him alive.
Tella.
Ew. This is not how this is supposed to go. Like, this is not how this works. Tella won the fight.
Oh, and Kain's unconscious too. Also, good question. How did he summon meteors in a tower?
Meteors can break barriers, or they can destroy ceilings.
Xenoblade 2 has an ability similar to that, but you can't use it indoors. Ow! Don't you Sith lightning me. Why are you hesitating?
Why do you want him to finish you?
Yes. Because he seems like a couple. What is going on with you, Golbez? You have us right in front of you. End it. Be a good villain. Oh, something's going on with you.
It always sucks when a villain gets that close and then just doesn't do it.
Yeah. I mean, you and I know why that happened there, but...
Absolutely, but still, it still sucks. Yeah. Like, the first time I played this game, I was like, oh, come on! It would be interesting to actually see the main character, die.
Tell him to keep still, man. You're... At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if his organs are, like, falling apart inside. Oh, shit.
Oh, he dead.
Yeah, that's, Now
I feel bad for making Vivi cast Meteor all the time. If that's how much energy it takes to cast Meteor, man, I feel bad for putting a 9-year-old kid through that.
Well, in Tella's case, it's kind of odd because he is so old that it doesn't really account as much.
Is he like 80 years old?
Yeah, and wouldn't you know it, he erupted into pyreflies. That's
Final Fantasy IV did it first.
Yep. Yeah, Kain's unconscious over here. How you doing, asshole? Maybe the reason I became a Dragoon in 14, but come on, man. Oh, he's finally cured from the hypnosis.
Good.
I do like this line, though. Keep that line in mind when it comes to Kain's character as we go through.
I just stood and watched?
No, the thing about the darkness within him. Oh, and yeah, Rose is in here. We should probably grab her. That's
a guillotine.
Whoa. Notable, in the original Super Nintendo version, that's just like an iron ball.
Oof.
Mind you, it was a guillotine in the original Japanese version. Also, I should probably mention, I unequipped Tella of all of his stuff after the Mega Sisters fight because I knew that death was coming.
Also, I love how Kain turns around.
Yeah, that's a very nice visual detail. I mean, I can't blame him because, first off, he has a thing for Rosa too, obviously, but at the same time, come on, man. These two haven't seen each other in... there's no wrist on my watch, so don't have a good timeline.
Well, it's been a long time since we've done this, so let's see. Maybe 4 months?
Yeah, but they were in that cave for a long time.
Ooh, ow.
I actually really, really like Kain as a character. I think I forget who said it was. I want to say it was Tetsuya Nomura said that Kain's his favorite Final Fantasy IV character. It was either that or Amano, someone. Because there's a reason he's, for some reason, the logo of the game.
I was always curious about that, like why Kain is the logo of Final Fantasy IV.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, honestly. Save the corny drama for later. Yeah, we can do this when we're all outside this tower. Come on with us, buddy.
Come on.
We need your Liam O'Brien.
You're really good later on. Please don't abandon us.
And we get both our White Mage and our Dragoon back.
Thank God. This game sucks without a White Mage.
Yeah, I just took... Customizing my equipment here took a while.
You didn't even bother to just, like, edit it out? You were just like, okay, I'll speed it up.
I think it's because I wanted to make sure that you saw what I was doing.
That's fair. Now it's time for my least favorite fight in the entire game.
Yep. This is an interesting one.
I hate this biatch.
The Lord of Wind, Barbarita, or Barbarita, as Kenny often calls her.
Barbarita, yes, that is exactly what I call her.
The third of the Elemental Archfiends.
Barbarita is not a fun person.
I actually don't have many issues with this fight, but we'll go over that as we go through it.
You do or don't?
I don't.
Ugh. I mean, it's probably just like I can deal with her fine now. It was just the first impression.
Yeah.
That cemented her as one of my least favorite bosses of all time.
All right, Barbarita, 8,636 XP, 5,500 gil, 9,000 experience points. The thing is with this fight is that she'll put herself in a tornado barrier, like I think she just did, and you can only get her out of that if you have Kain jump and land on her. The main strategy with this fight is
if you
to have...
attack her when in the tornado form, doesn't she counter?
I think that might be a later thing. But you want to focus with Yang. You slow on her after she's out of her shield the first time so you can make sure she doesn't get much of a chance to get back into it. And otherwise, just go all out and heal when necessary. Honestly, she's a pretty vanilla fight. Especially because I'm doing a decent chunk of damage against her. I think she can use Stone Touch and Lightning, which Lightning you don't really have to worry about. But Stone Touch, I believe, will slowly decrease your... No, I think if you get hit by it enough, I think it just petrifies you is what it does in this game's case.
It's like gradual petrify from Final Fantasy IX. You have like a timer. I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
I think the way her attack pattern works in the 3D version is assume tornado form, attack, and when she's in the tornado form, it's tornado, Stone Touch, and Lightning. I don't think she has that in this, though. I know in the DS version she also has Maelstrom added, which is just horrible.
I think she has Maelstrom in the Super Nintendo version, too, doesn't she?
I don't think so, because Maelstrom is, I believe, a counter when she gets attacked by magic. I'm not sure if it's in tornado form or not. She'll definitely use Lightning if attacked by a physical attack. Yeah, you can still attack her, by the way, when she's in the tornado, but you'll just do a lot less damage. And there's Tornado. That sucks. Oh, there's Stone Touch. Overall, I'd probably call her the second hardest Elemental Archfiend all the same, but you really don't have to worry about much with her.
I feel bad for calling her as hard as I did when I first fought her, because I now understand how easy she can be, but I guess that was also because her physical attacks were dangerous, in my opinion. Especially in the Super Nintendo version was super weird with physical attacks. Yeah. I don't know, because it was that way with a lot of characters. Like physical attacks, even with the best armor in the game, could deal like 2,000 damage. Which is
it also helps that I believe I have Cecil Berserked at this point, which will boost.
Yeah, that was like also, 2,000 damage.
I guess Kain kind of got stuck on the ceiling there.
Oh.
I actually love it when he's still jumping one of boss fight. It's humorous to me for some reason. But that's 3 Archfiends down, but she's not going easily. Oh boy.
The tower will collapse.
She's taking it with her. She's a load-bearing boss.
Come on, Rosa.
Thankfully, we have Rosa now, which means we have teleport. Thank God.
I actually really don't like teleport in this game, and there is a very specific reason why.
Why does teleport immediately take us to Cecil's room? Rosa, you naughty girl.
Ooh.
Right,
that was the first place she had in mind. She knew exactly what she wanted as soon as she got out of there.
Thankfully, I believe I think the airship's like outside the village now for some reason. But Kane's bringing up something interesting. Golbez has all of the crystals now. But not really. There are dark crystals that exist that he needs to get before he can achieve his goal. Thus, we still have a chance to actually win this.
If we protect the 4 crystals that are dark crystals.
Yep.
What I like is that this game talks about the balance of light and dark, and how protecting both the light and the dark are what prevent the true evil.
3 had something about that too as well, but they rarely went into it because that game's story was so paper thin.
4 was the first actually fleshed out story, and I love it for that reason. It's very good.
2 was close because 2 had a story, but it didn't really do anything. Either way, we now need to use the Magma Stone to somehow find the way to the Dark Crystals, because once Golbez gets them, the way to the moon will open. I don't get what that means.
Why do we need to go to the moon?
I don't know. It'll open a path to the underworld, which is where the Dark Crystals are. I'm surprised I'm surprised I didn't use a Dark Crystal clip somewhere in here, because I like that movie.
I could have made a Paper Mario joke, because there's a place called similar to the underworld called the Underwear, and I love Paper Mario so much. The
It's
jokes.
good. Yeah, see, look, they even say, yeah, the airship is autopilot. She's back here somehow.
That's
But
pretty cool, a self-driving plane.
I'd like to note, the Magma Stone, you may actually have some idea where to take that already, because if you had explored the world like we did and talked to a lot of NPCs, you'd actually have a good hint of where to go.
I don't remember the name of the place, but I know the place you're talking about.
And Cecil's bringing up a good question. Why didn't Golbez finish him off? He had ample opportunity.
That is a very good question to ask.
Yeah. I guess we're just going to shove that off for now in the back of our heads.
I'd be having nightmares about that. Are you kidding? It wouldn't get off my mind.
Yeah, also, one thing I should mention, before we do the whole ending thing, make sure you grab a decoy in between parts, because it is a very good thing to have.
It'd be good if you could probably get the marionette thingies to drop them, because they do drop them. And the more of them you fight, the higher the chance that they'll drop one.
I suppose. Either way, with that, sorry, I've been recording a lot recently.
That is fine.
Going to need to end this off here. Thank you guys for watching, and in part 8, I guess we'll be trying to find a way to the underworld. See you guys
then.
Rude.
What do you mean, rude?